Welcome back. Fishermen are refuting claims from the Minister of Finance that not enough invoices were submitted to validate their claims from the oil spill. The THA requested 153 million, however only 50 million was authorized by the central government. Within that 50 million allocation, no provisions were made for fishermen. Finance Minister Colin Imbert stated that the budget division approved 50 million because that was all the invoices they could validate. More from Candice Jackson.
Minister of Finance Colin Imbert told Parliament that only a third of the THA's request was supported by invoices and documents, resulting in $50 million for oil spill relief. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine refuted that statement and noted that all the necessary documents were submitted, including a request from the fishermen. However, the fishermen's request was not honored. President of the All Tobago Fisherfolk Association, Curtis Douglas, is not pleased.
I would have sent a document with a study that was done by Atfa to show within 61 days, 63 days, we would have lost over $14 million. And that was calculated, Mr. Imbert, I know you're a genius. That was calculated by how many fishermen, the bait that they wasn't able to ascertain, and how many pounds of fish a day was caught.
Since the oil spill began on February 7th, some fishermen have had their vessels damaged by the oil. Others who assisted in the response efforts in the days and weeks afterwards also encountered damages to their vessels. This has significantly affected the ability of the fishermen to ply their trade.
Who would have worked on an oil spill would have sent in invoices of work that was done that we still ain't get paid yet for. And on top of that, we would have sent a breakdown of how many fisherfolk were damaged, the vendors were affected, and the earnings, and they were able to move from point A to point B, hampering their income. And they, up to now, no one have tried to meet the fisherfolk halfway. Additionally,
traditional fishing grounds for bait, barracuda, snappers, and other species were affected by the presence of oil in the water. Coupled with the 500-meter restriction zone around the wreckage at Cove, fishermen now have to travel further distances to catch fish and bait, increasing their overhead costs.
If you don't want to deal with the THA, you can deal with all Tobago fisherfolk. And let's have a sit down and let's work out the figures.
The Chief Secretary indicated that although nothing in the $50 million fund was allocated specifically for the fishermen, he would ensure they received some relief. However, he did not specify the value of the relief. Since the incident on February 7th, the only assistance fishermen have received from the THA were food vouchers worth $1,000. No other government agency has offered them any other forms of relief. Atfa has been assisting individual fishermen in whatever way they can. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.